is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are once again testing out the ram. As you can see behind me, we got some half decent big logs here. We just cut down some trees, and I figured we got this beautiful ram truck with the HEMI in her. Why not see if she can pull these logs out? Now I'm going to measure each one, and I'll see how much each one roughly weighs with a little online calculator. This is white ash, and it's a hardwood, and it is pretty heavy. So hopefully this is the biggest one here. Hopefully it's some good weight. All right, ladies, after doing some quick calculations inside on the old computer, number one here, 350 pounds. So we'll call this number two because it's the second lightest. And this thing is gonna come in around 700 pounds. And then number three over here, we got about 850 roughly. And then the big girl here is gonna be roughly around 1,300 pounds. So that's a good amount of weight. And I think what's important to note is that obviously this truck can pull 1,300 pounds, but this thing isn't on wheels. So it's gonna have to pull it and drag it through all the crap, the dirt, and the weeds. So who knows how much force is actually gonna be needed to move that. That's what we're gonna find out, because we're just gonna start in two-wheel drive, see if we can move anything or everything in two-wheel drive. If we can't, we'll go to four-wheel lock. And then if we have to, we'll drop down to four low, and that should easily be able to move any of these logs. So you'd think. All right, we got the first log all strapped up. Should be a walk in the park. So we'll just keep this in two-wheel drive, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that was just way too easy. Oh baby. Side note, guys, listen to the stock exhaust. This is 100% stock. Kind of crazy. This is number two here. Bigger, better. I think this thing weighs about 700 pounds. Should be a little more of a challenge, but we'll see. Log number three, 850 pounds roughly. All right, 1,300 pounds of wood. Let's see if this ramp can drag her out. That was way too easy. I guess I underestimated the ram. This thing pulled like there was nothing even behind it. Jesus. I guess I'm gonna have to find some bigger logs, because these aren't doing it. These aren't even putting up a challenge. And we're back. And you might notice like a little different than earlier in the video. That's because this is a couple weeks later. I didn't have any more logs to test out, but now we do. Obviously we got this big log here, but that's gonna be our second pull. Our first pull is this log right here. This is ashwood again, guys. This is what I calculated to be about 1,500 pounds, give or take. And this bad girl here is gonna be well over 3,000 pounds of weight, approximately. So that should give us a good amount of pull on this truck. Worst case scenario, this truck is just such a beast. It pulls both these logs, no issues. We're gonna tie these things together and pull them as one, which will be close to 5,000 pounds of lumber. It should be a challenge. I'm hoping it's a challenge. I wanna see what this thing can do. Anyways, let's get to pulling some logs out of the old forest here. All right, guys, obviously we're gonna start in two-wheel drive once again, and we'll see where that takes us. If we need to use it, we got the 4x4 on this truck, and if we really need to use it, we got four-wheel drive low. So we're gonna start in that order, two-wheel drive, we'll see what happens. Let's give her a little tension here. I pulled it out like no issue, but I did have to put a little bit of throttle in there. So we're getting up there. So what we'll do is we will hook this tow strap up to our bigger log just behind us here, and we will see what kind of power we need to even move that thing. A little bit of tension on her. Oh yeah, without even question. Oh! A little skid of the tires there. Once again, pulled that without issue, but I did have to give her a little more throttle and we had a little bit of a tire skid there. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna tie those two logs together, maybe 4,500 pounds, 4,000 pounds worth of lumber, and we will retest this because I want to see what this thing can pull now. I still think it's gonna pull it in two-wheel drive. I could be wrong, but I think we're still gonna have to stack a bunch more logs on our log pile to get this thing to actually have to work. But I could be wrong, so let's see what happens. Okay, we're tensioned out. No problem. Well, let's start stacking these logs up. I'm getting tired of this truck being too powerful. I'm out of breath trying to wrestle with these logs here. So I've pulled a couple more logs out of the forest over here. And this should be what I'm hoping a decent challenge, finally. I didn't think it would take this long. So if my math is correct, we got about over 6,000 pounds worth of wood here. And we're gonna see if this old girl has the stones to pull it. So we are going to start in two-wheel drive and see what happens. Okay, two-wheel drive, not going to do her. So let's put her into four-wheel drive lock. We are now in drive. Get a little tension on her. Oh yeah! Damn. The old girl in four-wheel drive pulled that like it wasn't even there. Gotta say, I'm a little bit impressed. Okay guys, final run here. I've packed on a couple more logs, nothing crazy, just some smaller ones, but we are probably well over 7,000 pounds, give or take. That's my estimate. That's what I'm going with. So let's see what happens. Let's put her in two-wheel drive just for fun here. See what happens. Not a whole lot happens in two-wheel drive. Okay, let's go neutral, get some tension off the drive line. Four-wheel drive lock. Here we go. See if she's got the balls still. Oh yeah. That is what I like to see right there. This thing is an absolute goddamn train. This thing doesn't take no for an answer. Like, look at that. Like, that is impressive. This truck has definitely redeemed itself for not pulling out the ridgeline. No, because that is a lot of weight behind there. If you guys are in the market for a workhorse, there you go. She's right there. Well, what can I say? You guys saw it firsthand. This ram is a little bit of a workhorse. Pulled those logs like they really weren't even there. We didn't even go into 4 low. 4 low would have pulled that probably without even a sweat. So I don't think I have big enough logs around here to really give this thing, you know, a good run for its money unless I strapped together a whole bunch of logs and just made this ugly mess. So I'm going up north probably in a couple weeks, and there are some big trees that got to come down, and we are probably going to put this thing to work. So stick around, because I do want to get this thing in 4 low and see what she can actually pull in 4 low. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you like stuff like this, maybe think about subscribing, because like I said, I'm going up north and there's going to be lots of work for this old girl to do and for me to show you guys. Anyways, enough of me rambling on. We will see you on the next freaking video.